So, the head glitch fix. This prototype started on CTE in order to combat head glitches, which by the way has been pretty much finalized, or at least all the components are at a state where it won't confuse the player while his bullets are not shooting over objects. DICE have done a pretty damn good job here trying to fix such a massive issue in BF4. Some of you guys have asked me a lot of questions regarding this over the past couple of months, and I thought to myself I'll put together a quick overview of how it works and what its current state is like. I've borrowed some footage from David, or better known as Tigger. He posted a video showing us in a more visual way the new flight path of your bullets when leaving the gun. Also, towards the end of the video, I want to talk to you guys about some really awesome, juicy details in regards to the winter patch that may be headed our way on Tuesday. But first of all, let's talk about the Headglitch prototype on CTE. This prototype was brought in, like I said before, to combat head glitches, so you may have come across this in game. If an enemy player is standing behind a wall or some kind of object that covers pretty much all of their body except for a tiny bit of their heads, even though from your point of view it would seem impossible for them to shoot you, but yet the bullets magically shoot over the top, and almost like the bullets are shot from their eyes, which is pretty much how it works at the moment in retail BF4. With the head glitch fix in place, as you can see here, I'm aiming over this block here, but notice how the bullets are actually hitting the top. That's because the bullets actually travel out of your gun, then quickly travel back up to its intended flight path, or in other words, where you're actually aiming at. And to show you guys in a better way, this video here is from Tigger. This is a really good demonstration of how this prototype works. He obviously has some special DICE dev only debug bullets that shows pink lines representing the flight path of each bullet. Like I said, it's a really good way to see visually how the Headglitch prototype is working and what exactly it changes. You can see if he aims just slightly above the wall here, the bullets hit the top instead of magically travelling over like how it happens in retail BF4. Also, just a side note, I really wish we had the option to turn on the debug bullets in a test range so we can easily see how spread works at different distances and might help to improve player skill. But as for the Headglitch prototype, the only downside to this is in very close range, like 1 meter or so, your bullets will land just slightly below where you're aiming. Like you can see here, I'm using the Scout Elite. I know this might seem like a massive negative, especially during those times in close ranges like this, and you have a bolt action. You might quickly ADS and aim for the head, but the bullet will actually hit the upper torso or around that general area. But honestly, I really don't think it's going to be that much of an issue, especially at this distance. And as you can see here, even all the way back about 10 to 12 meters or so, the bullet still lands just below the crosshair, which, like before, I really don't see this as too much of an issue for bolt actions. I can also show you guys this effect with the AK-5C. Like before, the bullets land below the crosshair within these close ranges, but it doesn't seem to be as bad as the bolt actions. On the AK-5C, the Headglitch fix didn't seem to affect it that much once there's a bit of distance between here and the wall. I know this might seem really bad. I'm sure most gunfights this isn't going to be a problem, but like I said, it's still in a prototype phase, so you may see some additional adjustments made later in the future. We also have a weapon down state that indicates to us players that we're too close to some kind of wall or an object, and thus your bullets will be obstructed. As you can see here, while not aiming down sight, if I aim too low, my gun lowers itself, telling me, hey, the bullets will be obstructed. But if I go up, the gun returns to its normal position, indicating to me there isn't any kind of obstruction. Though it's not 100% perfect, but it does work well. It's nice to have a visual indication of when you're being obstructed by a wall or whatever else. Also, just to make sure this all makes sense, in third person view, we have an aiming down sight stance where, as you can see here, your soldier brings the gun up to his eye when ADSing, which is really cool. It's a nice touch to see if your enemy is aiming down sight or not. Details like this I think should have been in the game right from the start, and I hope this transitions over into hardline if it hasn't already. I didn't get to check if it does have the ADS stance or not. So as for the winter patch, the patch notes might be published a few days before the actual patch is released. David did say on Twitter the notes will be out soon, which means the patch is most likely going to go live on Tuesday. Nothing is confirmed, but it does seem like that. And I just want to quickly mention the gameplay you're watching is from the DICE Headglitch playtest that was on the other day. I didn't really get into any situations where I was head glitching, but regardless, you should notice other tweaks that will come over in the winter patch. But going into details about the winter patch, we're going to see improvements like better soldier collision, so no more getting stuck on a small rock, or you know, if there's a slight step, your soldier will get snagged onto it. Of course, the sight reticle and hit marker customization will also be in the patch. So for example, this gives us the ability to make the hit marker go red when you get a headshot, which is really cool. We also have the new helicopter physics. Console servers will have the option to turn snap aim assist off, which I know that's going to make a lot of console players happy. We also have the medbag recovery tweak. So like I said in one of my previous videos, I think the medbag kills you in about 2 seconds compared to 7 seconds in the retail BF4. There's improved deploy screen information, for example, showing vehicle, passengers and squadmate health. And of course, improvements to the netcode, which I believe is referring to fixing an issue on the client side where it sometimes won't display the correct HP. Also, the improved high frequency bubble when aiming down sight will be in this patch. I may have missed out on a few details here, but there's no real point going too much into it, seeing as the patch notes will be out soon, hopefully. What I'm going to do is make a guide for this patch, seeing as we're getting quite a lot of improvements and features, kind of like what I did with the fall patch last year. I don't think it's going to be the same scale as the fall patch, but I'm sure there's going to be enough inside the winter patch to warrant making a video about it. I know some of you guys will want me to overview all the new features and whatnot. I know it can be a little confusing trying to work out what has in fact changed. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video. Make sure to let me know your thoughts about the Headglitch fix. If you have any more ideas, be sure to leave it on the CTE Reddit page, or you can just leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.